Hello, and welcome to my first Thursday night live. How are y'all doing? Trying to get those settings right. They don't want to do right. So how is everybody tonight? There is nobody in here yet, so I am waiting. I know I'm a few minutes early. You're going to hear some screechy music in the background. That is my son, who is trying to get my attention by playing the saxophone and the clarinet. What you need to know is he has never played them before today. So I apologize. He has special needs and he can't seem to get the understanding that that is not going to be appropriate. Hi, welcome. I see we have two people. Be sure to say hi in the comments so I can say hi. Yeah, there he is, peeking in the corner. Yes, he knows he's not supposed to, but he's looking to see if I'm doing something. You gotta love them. They're precious. They're only young for a little time. Anybody have any questions? No, Sawyer, out. No, thank you. Oh, kids. Oh, anybody have any questions for me tonight? He was supposed to be at practice and he has been, I don't want to even say exposed, but minimal contact, but he is considered exposed. So he is quarantining with the saxophone in his mouth. His whole class is quarantined because of a possible exposure to some close contact exposure to somebody at school. But he happened to be absent all those days that it took place, but because his whole class has been sent home.
Hit that like button.
Hit that like button, yes. He is
Hit that notification.
Soy, no thank you. Okay, bye-bye. You did, they heard you. Go on.
Why?
So he can't have school. He has to be out with everybody else. So I'm glad you could all make it tonight. I really don't have a topic prepared because I was going to prepare and then we've had everything hubbubbed come up. So I haven't really got to do much. I am going to the farmer's market this week and get the last of it. Yes. See, he's still there. Otherwise, you guys would not be able to hear me at all. It would be the Sawyer show. Thank you for buying the cookbook. I do have some Rebel merchandise. I will try to get the link down in the bottom. We just got aprons. We have t-shirts. And I don't know if you can see this very well because I'm, hanging out here. But I have hoodies too. I think the hoodies are special order at the moment. But the t-shirts, there's a quick turnaround. And the aprons, there's a quick turnaround. And then there's stickers. Oh, I should take you to the back. Let me grab. I will take you to the back of the car. I'm so excited about this. Oh, you guys can see my messy yard here. But there is now stickers. If you want decal, those are now available in the Etsy shop. And you're silly goose.
No.
And those are available now. Believe it or not, I love him playing the instruments. I just don't want him doing it while I'm trying to do the live. Oh, any more questions? Anything else I can talk about? Any topics you want to hear? Because I'm kind of here for you tonight. So I am in the process of redoing a cabin off grid. No, thank you, Sawyer. No, thank you. And I'm going to be posting some videos about that. I hope you guys will enjoy those. It's going to have a home comfort wood stove that I just purchased. And then getting that in the cabin and getting it around. We're going to be having some fun with that. So that'll be a little bit different too. And how I set it up. And I'm going to set up a big pantry there. So. Anybody else have any questions? I can't see who comes in unless you say hi or make a comment. All I can see is that there are people in here. So. Sorry. He is having fun though. I bought a bunch of instruments and all of my kids have got to play all of them. We would buy an instrument and wrap it up as a family gift at Christmas and then challenge the kids to learn to play it before the next year. And then these three are adopted. They were my cousin's kids and I have adopted them. And so he's a character. And so they have just found my stash of Christmas instruments. When the older kids moved out, they did not take them with them. So, no. And so they just found him. He's, something to get him to do today. So he's gonna do homeschool with me, and we're gonna do music as part of that. So it'll be something he hasn't got to do before. So he's kind of excited about that. So, but we have a whole huge collection of instruments that he can play with when he wants to. Just not during this live, please. Oh, somebody else came in. Please go ahead and say hi in the chat so I know who's here. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell me who comes in. It just gives me a number. So thank you all for coming. No, thank you. Please don't talk. Okay, leave it there. Go play. Oh, kids. I love them. I really do. He just doesn't understand. I see someone else came in. Please go ahead and say hi in the chat so I know who's here. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat. I'll try to answer them. Just wanted to do this tonight. We've been kind of busy. This week has been horrible again. I haven't been able to get any editing done with him home. There's nothing. And last week he had strep throat, so he was out of school all last week with strep throat. So we really just have not been able to get the videos out like I would like, and I apologize for that. But family comes first, unfortunately. I've got to make sure that they're taken care of. They're only little for a little while. They grow up so fast. Hi, somebody else came in. Please type your name in the chat, and so I know who's here. So I am still working on tomatoes right now, and I'm getting ready to do apples. And then we also, pumpkins are just coming in right now in season here. And possibly some potatoes. I have a 50-pound bag of potatoes. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them stored. Right now they're in sawdust. If I'm going to keep them stored or if I'm going to can some of them up, because I have a large amount of potatoes already canned on the shelf, but I have never done the dry canning of potatoes, so I may try that myself. And then I can do a video. If it turns out good, I'll do a video for everybody else. So, does anybody have any questions for me? Or anything they want to say, or, So, I'm not used to talking to myself this much. I usually have little ones I'm running around after talking to, so. And he is still wandering around. I came out here because it was quiet and I could plug the phone in and be here for a while. So just thought it would be a handy spot for me to be in, and it would be quieter. And he could play outside and he would be happy. He's a very outside kid, so. But I've got the cabin I was telling him about. I'm doing the, let's It's in the way, I can't see. Doing a home comfort wood stove with an oven. I have a old antique gas stove that I'm putting in the cabin, and the pantry, there's going to be one whole room of this cabin that is just pantry. And so I'm very excited to share all that renovations with you guys. It's not quite video worthy yet. When I get some good video worthy footage, I will show you. But it is just a cute little thing, and it's out of town, away from my neighbors. I'm got some have I got some neighbor stories, but we won't share them here right now. We'll save those for another time. They've been pretty quiet this week, so that's one reason I don't mind him playing his instrument loud. So does anybody have any questions? Please feel free to ask. I'm not seeing anything in the chat. I hope it's working, but I'm not seeing any questions in the chat. Nothing's coming up. Oh, hi, Rhonda Renee. If you water bath them, you must boil them. If you pressure can them, it's still recommended that you boil them, but I know I personally don't, unless I'm, oh, you pressure canned them. Yeah, even store-bought stuff that has been canned, you're supposed to boil before you eat it. That's just the standard guidelines. Personally, I don't. I mean, I've been known to eat things right out of the can. I guess I trust my cooking and my stuff, and so I know, and I just do, and I shouldn't, because they say you should boil it, but if I pressure can, I'll eat it right out of the jar. Oh, yes. We have been getting freezes, like, off and on, but not real hard freezes yet. So we're really lucky here. I still have a bunch of green tomatoes, and I'm hoping that I can get them to a little bit yellower, little yellow stage, and bring them in and let them ripen. And then my peppers I've lost to frost, though. They're gone. And then I have a Kayla lily that isn't doing well. Anytime, Rhonda. I don't, it's personal. You have to choose what's good for you. If I were to water bath them, I would definitely boil them for the 10 minutes. More if I'm at a higher altitude. But pressure canning, I mean, I've even eaten meat straight out of the jar. Canned salmon straight out of the jar is so good. I'm hoping we get some salmon. I had a friend who was supposed to go fishing and get me some salmon, so we'll see. I think that maybe he missed those, though. I think they may be done now. But he promises every year, and every year I hope, and then I don't get any. So if you're new and just coming in, please be sure to type any questions you have in the chat. I'm glad to answer. I didn't prepare a whole lot tonight because I just really wanted to be able to be available and answer any questions that you guys have. Please forgive the little guy running around. He is excited to be outside right now and playing, and I'm in here in my little soundproof car chamber. We were supposed to be at a football game tonight, well, practice, and he can't go to practice because he's self-quarantining. While he was out with strep throat, his class got exposed possibly to something, and so we are self-quarantining, even though he probably never was anywhere near the person that exposed the rest of the class, but the whole class is out. So we are home. We're homeschooling, and he found a whole box of instruments I have downstairs, and so he is practicing his new clarinet and saxophone routines, minus any lessons to play either one. So we have a background serenade tonight. Any other questions I can answer? I'm really excited to hear from you guys. I'm glad you're here with me. So thank you for taking the time to come and visit and support me here on the live. Oh, he wants you to see his pumpkin. I have Jack in the back seat. Ugh. Right there. There's he calls it his big, fat, and juicy pumpkin. And if he's not careful, I'm going to make pumpkin pie out of it. He's excited to carve it. I'm really good friends with the lady that has the produce stand locally here. And she gave him a really great deal on that pumpkin because it does not have a stem. And so he was the biggest one there, and it didn't have a stem, and so she gave it to him for $5. And so he's very happy. He made a good deal on his pumpkin. Sawyer, I've asked you nice. Stop. Oh, he just wants to be part of everything. He doesn't understand. Please bear with me. He's only little for a few more years. So, anybody else have any questions? Any questions at all? I would also go with 5. I would go with the ball book. I realize it's just a hair over the 1,000 feet, but I would still go with the ball book. That's just my go-to. If I don't know the answer, that's where I'm going, because I trust it. So if the ball book says 5 minutes, I would go with the 5 minutes of the ball book. And everybody should have a copy of the ball book. Yep. Now, I'll be honest, I'm using the ball book from 1972 because that one was my aunt's and my mom borrowed it. And the two of those precious ladies have both passed on, but they wrote me notes on all the recipes. And so that is one of my prized possessions, and I love that book. But I recommend all new canners go and get a brand new one with the most up-to-date guidelines. Because there's a couple things in there, like the time for fish has increased. And so I just know that, and I increase my time. But it is still okay to use eggs in it. You can also use an egg substitute if you're not comfortable with the eggs. When you can garbanzo beans, that liquid in the can, do not throw that away. That is liquid gold. That is called aquafaba. It's also an egg substitute. So if you don't have eggs, you can use that. And you can also substitute applesauce sometimes for eggs, or applesauce for the oil. I would actually substitute the applesauce for the oil and not worry about the eggs, because the oil is what's going to make the bread go rancid. So I would substitute applesauce for the oil and just follow the recipe or the eggs. I love my chocolate cake in jars. I need to do some more of that. I do the little tiny jars, and then I have just enough for me and nobody else. And I do the eggs, and then I do applesauce for the oil. You're welcome. Thank you for asking questions. I really appreciate it, because I really just wanted to do everybody's questions tonight. I didn't want to have this big, long prepared thing, and then you guys didn't get any time to ask questions. So, thanks for stopping. I don't know if you can see the reflection in my glasses, but my little guy in orange is still waving and making sure I know he's still here. Oh my. I wish I had half his energy. If I had half his energy, I think I could can a whole cow in a night. That boy just never stops going. He's like the Energizer Bunny. I I don't know why they got so much energy, and the older we get, the less energy we have. Oh. When you come on in, I see there's a couple more people. When you come on in, be sure to, type a hello or something so I know who's here and I can say hi to you. Yes, my grandchildren, oh, they are, Jean, my grandchildren, they're like that too. Yes. They enter, we take them on long walks to tire them out so they go to bed at night. I'm thankful that I get to live very close by, and so we can walk back and meet halfway and go for walks. But yes, I see a few more new faces coming in. Please just, be sure to type your name there so I know who's here and I can say hi to everybody. If you have a question, please type it in the comments. I'm happy to answer questions right now. And I'm just really excited that you all are here tonight. I'm going to try to do more of regular lives, and some of them I'll try to be more prepared. I was supposed to be doing this while I waited for my son at football practice, but didn't work out that way. So, where is everybody from? North Central Washington. Oh, kefir. Deb, I have not tried kefir yet. I mean, I've drank it. I just have, and I want to make the cheese, but I haven't started making it yet. Upstate New York. Oh, upstate New York is beautiful. Beautiful. When I was 12. Oh, Grand Rapids. Jean, you're not far from me. Rhonda, when I was 12, we went on a trip and we went out to Maine and went down the states. But we went up through Canada and we stopped at a McDonald's in Canada, and it was not far. It was actually the closest McDonald's to some people's house that used to be our neighbors in Florida. We did not know that. And he was there having lunch. And we wound up going to his house in upstate New York and spending a couple days with them and changing our whole plans around, because he's like, you've got to come home with me. I can't believe I ran into you. And you're this close. You better come to my house. And so we wound up going and spending 2 days at their house and going to the Corning plant, and then when seeing the glass blowers. And then we also went to the falls there. I can't think of the name of the falls at the moment, but oh, just gorgeous. The hill country and the mountains. It was just gorgeous. Hello, I see we have a couple more people coming in. Please come on in, ask your questions in the chat. Say hi so I know who's here. It doesn't tell me who's here. So I know who's here with us tonight. And I'm just so glad you came to spend some time with us. If you have any questions at all, just type them in and I'm happy. Oh, Massachusetts. Hello, son. I see you're here too. Oh, I have been to Niagara Falls, but it was not that. It was like this gorge and it had falls. I've been to Niagara Falls a couple times. That's gorgeous too. I went on a helicopter over Niagara Falls. Yes. John, if you have any canning questions, you can type them in the chat. Oh, hi, Virginia. Virginia is a beautiful state too. Very beautiful. Oh, down by Pennsylvania. Nice. That's probably close to where the Appalachian Trail goes through, maybe. I'm hoping someday that is on my bucket list, to hike the Appalachian Trail from Georgia to New York, or to Maine. You can hear my stories anytime, son. Oh. My son is in the chat, one of my older boys. It's kind of fun. I'm excited to have all of you here. It's exciting to see where you are all from. I have been to every state but Hawaii and Alaska. So I have just 2 more states to complete my bucket list. So maybe I could go can something they have in Hawaii that I've never canned. And then I'm canning salmon if I get. I have, the son who's in here is 16. And then the one running around in the orange shirt is 12. And then I have an older son that's an adult. He's, oh, don't make me figure that out, 26. And then I have a bunch of girls too. So I just have 2 left at home right now. The rest have all grown up and went away. So my canning has went from great big things to, oh, do I really need to can that this year? I'm in that phase of life where I'm moving from quarts to pints. Although with the 16-year-old's appetite and the 12 years appetite, some things I just have to can in quarts just for them. I know that the 12-year-old would eat a quart of applesauce. Oh, so would the 16-year-old. Eat a quart of applesauce in one setting if I'd let them. And I don't think there's a jar big enough of pickles for either one of them. But personally, I'm moving down to pints. Oh, a bonus daughter. Bonus daughters are awesome. They're fun. And boys are fun too. They're just more work when they're little. Quit laughing at me, son. Oh, have you done the burritos in the jar? Oh my goodness. Those are a lifesaver. Now when he says he's hungry, don't scratch the car. No. Now when he says he's hungry, I'm like, just go make a burrito in a jar. Just heat it up and put it on your taco shell.
What?
And we did meatloaf in a jar. Oh no. Oh, good. I love canned salmon. Oh, when I was little, my dad we would take our camper, which was on the back of a pickup. It was a pickup truck camper. That's too loud. Dude, that's too loud. No, thank you. You're scratching the car. That is not nice. We would go camping and we would go to where he was fishing. And my dad would fish all day and bring in his limit. And my mom and I would stay in the camper and we would can it up fresh. And there was just nothing in the world that tasted as good as fresh caught canned salmon. Canned salmon. Oh, they're a challenge.
I need to go swimming.
You cannot go swimming in Michigan in October.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I am probably going to have to get out of here at 30 minutes because that is about the limit of his patience with me not giving me his undivided attention.
Check out my video.
So I'll be out of here pretty soon. Does anybody have any other questions before I have to go? Anything? Well, thank you for joining me, Rhonda. I just really appreciate it that you gave your time up to come visit with me.
Shout out to Anna.
Oh, I wish I was close enough to go to Alaska. I am so jealous of you right now. Allergies, and I'm outdoors. Apology, sorry. That was what happens when you have a live. Oh, allergy season in Michigan is no fun. So, I am so glad you all came and joined me. I am going to get out of here in a few more minutes as long as there's no more questions. Does anybody else have any questions for me? Oh, my nose itches now. Okay, well, thank you all so much for coming, and I will see you next time. And if you have any questions, you can just, message me, or better to put it in the Facebook group, and I'll try to answer them for you as I approve them. So thank you so got a yellow car in my ear. Thank you so much. Y'all have a good night now. See you next time. Bye.